Hey guys! Today we're going to be making another realistic Pokemon. We're making Eevee, so I really hope you'll enjoy. In this video I'm also going to be talking about a couple of comments and questions I got on the last video, so let's get started. As always when making these animals, I started off with a base made from some bent and twisted wire. I then added some scrap clay to get an idea of the basic shape of the head and body, and I then started sculpting the head. One of the comments I got quite a few times on the Pikachu was that he is based off of a mouse. In the video I said that he looks like a chinchilla or a bunny, and the thing is that when I say that, I don't necessarily mean that he is inspired by those originally. It simply means that that is what he to me looks like, and therefore that is what I'm going to be basing the sculpture off of. So for Eevee I basically see an adorable fox type creature, and therefore that is what I'm making. The one thing you might notice though is that before I add the fur, it basically is going to end up looking like a chihuahua, because without the fur the head is going to look a lot smaller and the eyes are gonna look more protruding. So if it doesn't look like the animal you want it to look like before you add the fur, don't worry, the most important thing is that you get the placement of the eyes and nose right. Another comment I got from a couple of people was that the Pikachu didn't look exactly like the real Pikachu, and with these I'm not trying to make them look like the real Pokemon, I'm making them the way I imagined them to look like if they were real. Obviously with a slightly more adorable twist than if this for example was a real fox. If you want to see more of these kind of realistic Pokemon, definitely let me know which ones in the comments. On the last one I got quite a few comments and suggestions as to which ones to make, so I am definitely going to be making more. I'm probably not going to make one every single week though, but I will make more for sure. Before baking I added some liquid clay to the root of the tail, the hind feet and the ears, just to add some extra strength. After baking, I painted it using acrylic paint to give it the right base color. And I then started adding the fur, which in this case is merino. That is also a question I get on pretty much every single video where I use fur, even though I usually state it in the video, so I'm not sure how much it's going to help to state it, but if you have any questions about the fur and hair I use in my videos, I do have a video about it on my channel. In that video I go through the different types of fur I have, what they're good for and what I wouldn't necessarily recommend to use them for, and I also go through the type of glue I use, etc. When applying the fur you just want to add small sections at a time, then let the glue dry completely before trimming it. Another question I got a lot is if these are for sale. I don't sell any copyrighted characters or brands, so these are for tutorial purpose. Unfortunately, they're not for sale. For the nose, paws and back of the ears I used flocking powder, which is the same fiber I used for the rest, but just cut into really tiny pieces. For the tip of the tail and around the neck I used this natural white or off-white color, but you could also use a really pale tan. Once I was done adding the fur, I brushed off any excess. And then for the shading I first used soft pastels and then acrylic paint. Because Eevee's fur is mostly one color, I just added some depth around the eyes and some natural shading. Also, to style the hair on top of the head, I just used some watered down glue. Then finish off with a fixative and you're done. Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.